Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat. In today's video we're going to look at the Pokemon Select Lucario figure. There he is. So this is from Series 2, where you can also get a Charizard, Rayquaza and a Zapdos. I think I did the Rayquaza on this channel. I do have a Rayquaza, but it may have been before I started doing the unboxing videos properly, so maybe I just did that myself. There we go, there is the very cool artwork for Lucario. Hopefully that shows up on camera. There we go, if I just do that, increase the brightness just a little bit for you guys at home. And now let's jump into it and take a look at our little Lucario. However this opens, it's a puzzle in and of itself to open this. There we go, and one on this side as well. And we've got a little bit of sellotape just in the back here as well. And there we go. So it should now open. These little clasps that are keeping it in place, because for some reason they really don't want you to get into this figure. Never understood why they do that. So there we go, we have it. And there's a lot of packaging to this figure. It's more surprising than I expected. Oh, that's pretty cool. So the stand is right on top of the figure. And now let's bring the figure out itself. There we are. So the background to the figure is all of your Pokeballs and such. And this is stuck in here for some reason. Well, thankfully we're not keeping the packaging on this figure, because that equates to madness. But there we go, there is our Lucario. And that there is what the inside of the packaging looks like. It just looks like a whole bunch of Premier balls, if I'm honest. But there is our little Lucario, of course. One of the fan favourites from the Pokemon franchise. I always liked it because of the basis it looks like Mewtwo a little bit, and plays a little bit like Mewtwo, apart from he's not legendary, so people don't get annoyed if you use him. That was the way that I saw him as a child, at least. I don't know if that was the reason he was popular with anyone else, but no, my goodness, this is that was near invincible plastic, so that part just comes off there. That was to keep his arm nice and protected in there. I think we're going to use the nail clippers for the rest of this to try and get into these little parts here, because, well, they really don't want you having access to this figure for some reason. So we have to break him out of his constraints at his prison. And one more on this little leg here. And nope, actually there's another one on this arm over here as well. And there we go, that should do it. And we should now have access to one. Well, I thought that he would just come out, but he's still a little bit in refusal. Oh, there we go. We now have access to one Lucario, who has made a tremendous mess. These little plastic parts all over my wonderful little stage. So we shall get rid of that. And, oh my goodness, I accidentally hit the camera. Let's take a look at the stand first of all. So the stand is just like this, and these little parts here come together like so, and the idea is that this part here should go into the stand itself. This part here can clip into the back of your Lucario and keep him nice and upright, or maybe even have him doing some flying moves or jumping moves should you be so inclined. And let's take a look at him. So, in terms of articulation, there he is. So his neck is on a double joint, so the head should be able to come up and down, but it doesn't really. The shoulders do fully spread out. He has a double elbow joint. The thigh swivel is like so. And, well, you can get him to do a kind of jump kick. We have a joint here, which I presume is supposed to be the knee. It's just a little bit high up. He has weird articulation. I haven't seen articulation like this on a figure before. Okay, there we go. So that is supposed to be like a knee joint, like so, like you can curve in like that. But the thing is, on a ball joint, so like these parts like change. The toe pivot is very generous, so if you want, you can just, well, I mean, that is his foot, but I mean, you could reasonably, in a way, have him like that, which he is really not supposed to be like, so we're not doing that. But I mean, if you are crazy, then you can. He has a waist swivel. He is supposed to have a stomach crunch, but it doesn't seem to be particularly working. Or maybe it's just, maybe that is as far as it goes. Of course, double elbow joint on this side as well. Although this elbow joint is just a little bit in refusal to go. There is... He is supposed to have wrist movement, but it's really, really stiff and really solid and doesn't seem like it really wants to go, so I'm not going to force it against its will. The ears don't move. The tail is on a full ball joint as well, so you can have the tail in whatever variation you want. And you can see there, that is the part on the back that the this part here clips into. So if we just do something like this, then there you go, and you can have your Lucario. I was about to say powering up an aura sphere, but with the wrist being in refusal to rotate any, it barely rotates. There, you can kind of get it in like that, and then you can bring the legs up and the knees up and such, and there we go. Our Lucario is preparing to do Kamehameha. It's not what I intended to do with this figure, but it's what ended up happening. So that's what we are working with. He is pretty big in terms of a Lucario. We do have a couple of little things that we can compare him to. So I didn't have these prepared. I'm just walking over to the other side over here. So here we have the Battle Collection Garchomp, who is significantly smaller than Lucario, whereas he really isn't supposed to be. We do have a gigantic Lugia, who just completely eclipses him, which I suppose is correct. And we have this big old Kyogre there, which it looks to be maybe about like size appropriate, at least for in the computer games in terms of size. I think Gyarados are supposed to be ginormous. And lastly, here he is in comparison to a Pikachu. You see that Pikachu is significantly smaller than what it really should be next to Lucario. So this is basically a big old Lucario, is what I am trying to get across. And of course the last thing that we do on these videos is put it on the rotation gimmick so you guys can see a full 360 of him. And there we go. There is our Pokemon Select Lucario, who is very much off screen. Let me just move the camera up a bit so that you can actually properly see him. There he goes. Very slowly rotating. I don't know how I'm supposed to actually pose this Lucario. I don't think I really want to keep him in that pose, but in retrospect, rather than having him out at the front like that, here, let me just quickly change this. I'm going to just rotate this back just a little bit and rotate this one down so that looks a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit nicer. And yes, there we are. There is our Lucario. So, he's a pretty cool figure. He's a little bit larger than what he should be for Lucario, I reckon. But it is a very, very nice Lucario all the same. And there we go. But that's going to be it for this little video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.